Is your child spending too much time glued to screens? Discover how excessive screen times can impact childhood, from cognitive skills to social interactions and even physical health. But first, let's look at the pervasiveness of screens in modern life and how it impacts childhood development. Number one, early exposure. Children are introduced to screen or are exposed to screen as early as infancy. Tablets and phones are used to calm children and entertain adults. You see a child that is a toddler rather, that is 3 months, 6 months, already glued to screens, watching cartoons for hours. Okay, you see a child crying, and instead of the mother to look for other ways to calm the child, no, they resort to screens. They give their children phones, they put on the television and let them sit there and watch and watch and watch. This can affect these children's health. It can affect them, affect their development, their childhood development. Okay. Number two, education. Schools increasingly integrate digital tools such as interactive whiteboards, educational apps, and online learning platforms. Sometimes when I go to schools, I see children using their projectors to learn. They use phones to watch, okay? If you go to the nursery section, they're always watching cartoon. I'm not saying that it's not educational. I'm not saying they're not learning. But when it is excessive, it can impact their childhood development negatively. Number three, entertainment. Streaming services, videos, games, and social media dominate children's recreational time. You see children are always on their parents' phone playing games. You see them online services. They're always watching. They're always streaming. You see social media has dominated children's recreational time. Now listen, when you give a child a space to play without the use of screens, they become creative with their play. Now something happened, okay? I bought a recorder for my daughter, okay, when she was much younger. She's 6 now. She was much younger, okay, and she destroyed that recorder. I think she was 3 as at the time I got her, or 4 thereabout. She didn't really understand the use of a recorder, and she spoiled that recorder. Now later on in her nursery 3 class, they introduced music, all right, and they also introduced the recorder. She now understood the use or the importance of a recorder. She came to me and said, "Mommy, I want a recorder." And I said, "No way, because I've gotten you a recorder before and you destroyed it." Now I left it that way. I didn't get her a new one. So one of the days during her play, she had to look for a way to mend the recorder, and she succeeded. Now she can actually use, maybe I'll put it here in this video, okay, so that you can see it. Now she has mended the recorder and she can actually use it now. So when you give your child or children time to play without giving them your phones, without giving them allowing them to watch the screens, they can be what? Recreational. They can be creative. All right. Number 4, parenting aid. Many caregivers rely on screens to occupy or soothe children during busy or stressful moments. You go to homes, you see caregivers, you see helps, you see nannies. Keep children and let them watch the screens for hours. Children are always watching. They give children phone when they are busy, maybe doing their house chores. They give them phones so they can stay at a place. They give them phones so that they can sit at a place. It's not the right thing to do. honestly. Okay, sometimes when it is distressful for them, maybe they are stressed out with work, these caregivers will always resort to giving children phones or screens or their tablets or their computer and let them sit there to watch for hours. It will definitely impact their childhood negatively. Traditional play helps children regulate their emotions through role play and physical activity, offers a more natural outlet for anger, stress, or excitement. You will notice that if your child is angry, okay, and you take the child outside or you tell the child go out and play with your friends in the compound, you will notice that the child will just become excited. If your child is crying, even as a toddler, if you say, okay, let's take a walk, you will notice that the child will naturally become happy. All right. If you tell your child, oh, let's go out to the park and you play with things, you will see that these children will just become happy. Okay. Everything is not about phones. Instead of always giving them the phone as a way of making them happy or managing their anger or managing their stress, it is better you make them do traditional play most of the time. Did I say phones are bad? Did I say they're not good? No. But traditional play helps them manage their stress, their anger, their excitement in a more natural way. On the other hand, visual engagement may create emotional dependency. Example, using screens to calm down. I've explained that already. Can lead to frustrations, anxiety, or mood swings if usage is excessive or content is inappropriate. I've said this already. Now, if sometimes I see a parent or parents leave their phones for their children to watch and then go to sleep. As an adult, you can agree with me that if you're watching a particular content, when that one is finished, another content will definitely come up on its own. So when you leave your phones to your child, okay, or to your words to watch, and then you go to sleep, after that content, after that particular cartoon or whatever is done playing, are you there to actually monitor the next video or the next content that will come up? No. So if the content is inappropriate, it can also affect their childhood development negatively. Okay? Now, the growing concern among parents and educators regarding screen time's effect. Experts are observing changes in children's behavior, health, and learning. Before, this wasn't a problem, okay? People were watching and watching. Right now, experts have actually observed a lot of changes in children's behavior, in children's health, and their learning. And their major concerns are mental and emotional health. Too much screen time, especially on social media or fast-paced content, can lead to emotional instability. Children can become dependent on screens for entertainment, comfort, and stimulation, and that is addiction. When children spend so much time on the social media watching videos, edited videos, wrong edited videos, can lead to emotional dependency. And honestly, you wouldn't want your child to be addicted to screen. Social media and online content may create unrealistic standards and feeling of inadequacy. If children spend more time on screens than engaging with books or hands-on learning, it can reduce writing and reading interest. If your child is always on the screens, okay, don't expect that child to have interest in reading. When parents complain their children are not engaging in reading, and it's because they spend more time on screens, okay? And this feeling of inadequacy and unrealistic standards, you will hear your child coming to tell you, I want iPhone this. And you'll be wondering, where did your child see it? It's on screens. Your child will come and tell you, I want a bicycle that has American tap. Where do you think the child saw it? is on screens. Okay? Many parents feel guilty or even overwhelmed about managing screen time. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, we don't even know how much is too much or what content is truly beneficial. Sometimes I hear parents say, oh, my child is learning well, is helping my child can speak well, my child can do this well, I like it, even though it destroys the child's sight. I don't care, but let my child speak well, let my child do this. There is so much confusion. And honestly, truly, we don't know how much is too much right now. The World Health Organization and American Academy of Pediatrics recommends no screen time for children under 2, except video chatting. When we say video chatting, the mean, okay, maybe your relatives are away, okay, and you want your child to have a chat with them or talk to them. That's what we call in Nigeria video call, okay? That is the only thing they recommend for children under 2 years, okay? 2, 1 hour or less per day for ages 2 to 5. Number 3, consistent limits and healthy media habits for older kids. My final thoughts. The concerns isn't about screens themselves. It's about balance, quality, and supervision. Parents and educators want children to grow up healthy, curious, and socially capable. To do that, screens must be a tool and not a substitute for real-life learning, movement, and connection. I hope this helps. Thanks for always watching.